Hi everyone, it is Kate Zukas here and welcome to my channel. My channel is all about sharing my spiritual boosters and spiritual influencers and teachers with you, and hoping I can share some of my little gems and nuggets that I have learnt along the way to help you in your own spiritual paths. So today I want to be sharing a spiritual booster with you that is probably one of the biggest lessons I have learnt on my spiritual journey, which is about focusing on your own path. So don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Just focus on yourself. Take your focus back to yourself. Don't worry about everyone else. Everyone else will judge you. Everyone else will have opinions, but just come back to yourself. And I think this is where meditation is so important. So work out what your purpose is. Spend time focusing on what is your own individual purpose. This will change your life, and this will help redirect and direct you on your path and on your spiritual path. So that's something that I have found valuable and incredibly insightful for myself when I stopped worrying about what everyone else is doing, stopped comparing myself to everyone else and where they're at. And, I can tell you, when I was in my late 20s, I was engaged. I was, supposed to be getting married. All my friends were getting married. Everyone was having babies. And then I broke up with my fiance at that time because it was the right thing for me to do. And it was the right thing for my path and where I was at. And yet, I was then at a very different place to where everyone else was. But then fast forward, I meet the person that I am meant to be with. I have children. I was on my path and everything happened very, very, very quickly for me because I also knew my purpose, and I took the time to stand back and to just focus on myself and not what everyone else was doing. So I found this in careers as well. I know always focus on yourself. And when I'm doing career coaching with people as well, it's come back to what are your own goals. Don't worry about what your colleagues are doing. Don't worry about who's got promoted, etc., because it's very easy to get distracted by what everyone else is doing. Really just focus on what do you want? What's your career path? Where do you want to be? Focus on doing the learning, the development, getting into the roles that are right for you. Don't compare yourself to everyone else, because when you're in the flow, when you're on your own path, when you know your purpose, you will definitely be speeding up that process. You will be in the flow. You will be attracting what you need to attract for your own purpose. Other people have got all their own purposes as well. So, you can't compare yourself to others. So focusing on yourself, take the time to meditate. Take the time to understand your purpose. And this can be really difficult. And your purpose can sometimes, it's fluid. It can sometimes change. It can morph into something else. I know for me, I'm really passionate about helping people. I'm really passionate about sharing what I have learnt with other people. And I'm really passionate about coaching and developing others. And sharing my stories. So for me, it's helping people, it's coaching people is where I find my purpose and where I find that I'm really in the flow. I also have a huge passion for holistic health. So that's something that I really am drawn to. So I think that's where obviously my spirituality comes from as well. But I find I'm able to draw that into my corporate role that I do as well. My yoga training was the best leadership training I have ever done. And I tell that to everyone because the focus was on yourself. I stopped comparing myself to everyone else. I became confident with who I am and my purpose, and confident with what I wanted to achieve as an individual. And yes, it's very different to what I wanted to achieve when I was in my mid-20s to when I was in my mid-30s. So things change a little bit as well. So you've got to give yourself permission to flow and to adapt and to grow, and we all grow. So, and you're just at different paces. So that's so if you're starting to compare yourself to someone else, you're living someone else's life and not your own. So that takes very, very kind of a lot of thought on your, behalf to take accountability for your own path, and trust that once you're on your own path, there's a lot happening out there in the energy fields around you that will help guide you. There's a lot happening. You can only see what's happening in your physical reality. When you start to get into setting your intentions for what you want to achieve, when you understand your purpose, you will draw the right people to you. Opportunities, roles will open up. You know, teachers will present themselves. So you've got to trust your own path as well. So that is my spiritual booster for today. And it's been one of the biggest, learning for me and my spiritual development is around focus on yourself. Don't get distracted by all the noise around you. Everyone will give you their opinions. Everyone will judge you. And that's okay, because you need to be more comfortable with your path than anyone else is. So once you are so focused on yourself and your own path and what you want to achieve, nothing else matters. And direct all of that energy to what you want to achieve. And don't direct your energy to trying to compare yourself with everyone else around you, because that's just noise and that's just going to distract you. So focus on yourself. Namaste, everyone. It was a pleasure joining you this morning. And so I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and stay tuned for more spiritual boosters and spiritual teachers and influencers that I will talk about on my channel. All right. Peace out, everyone. Bye.